Well, hello there. This is Bob Decker, tarot card reader and certified clinical hypnotist. Today's date is September 11th, which is why you don't see me in a tie-dye. I am wearing a shirt here that says, America's freedom will not be compromised. And friends, that definitely is true. I have a guest today. I have my friend, Marisa.
Hi.
Hey, yay,
Yay.
Marissa's here. Marissa's a writer.
Mhm.
She's an author. She writes all kinds of neat stuff, fairy tales and
In poetry.
poetry and
And I'm also an astrologer, and I also do tarot card readings.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. The tarot is fun. That's what we're here for today, is fun. Even on a solemn day like September 11th, we can still have some fun.
Right.
That's right. So we're going to do some tarot cards right now. I've drawn 3 of them as usual, and we're going to talk about what's coming up for this week. Now, this card I have here is the last card from last week's reading, if I recall correctly, and this card is the Hermit. Yeah, show it to my friend here, the Hermit. Now, the Hermit gets attributed to the sign of Virgo. Virgo is very mental, it's ruled by Mercury, it tends to be very meticulous, very perfectionistic, very carefully looking at details, making sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, okay? And basically, it's us following our true path. That's what the Hermit is in search of. He's looking for his true path. He's carrying the lamp of Diogenes, the lamp of truth, and he's looking for his reality, his truth. That's kind of like where we're at right now. We have gone through a lot in the last few weeks, and right now we're just kind of like really steadying our path, really making sure that we're putting one foot meticulously in front of the other and going the way that we need to go for us. So right now, we're coming into a stage where we're going to be making some powerful decisions. That's what judgment is about. Judgment, this fearsome looking card, like an apocalypse or something, is not as bad as it looks, okay? It's attributed to the element of fire. Fire, in turn, burns away things that are not needed. It's interesting to note the Hebrew letter traditionally attributed to the card is Shin, which literally means, translated, a tooth. So it has a grinding action. Like our teeth, it grinds up things and refines them. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be grinding away at our lives. We're going to be getting rid of people, places, things, attitudes, perceptions, anything that is standing in the way, almost dropped the card, of our true path. Yay.
It's sort of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi card.
Yeah, the
He's very like,
There you go. Let's bring some of that Star Trek energy in here. I like that. Cool. Very cool. So we're going to be purifying ourselves, purifying our path, and just getting real. And what that's going to lead to towards the end of this upcoming week, we're going to feel, I think, more secure. There's more grounding. Look at this. Taurus energy. That's interesting. We're just sitting around before we did this. Me and her and Barbara Party were talking about our Taurus South Nodes and Taurus Midheavens and all this stuff. And here we have it, Taurus the Bull. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It's very, very grounded. It's very realistic. It's very much centered on material things. Nothing wrong with that. We're basically going to find that after we've done all this purifying, our lives are just kind of like going to coalesce together. And we're just going to feel, I think, more practical and more grounded towards the very, very end of this week and more secure. So that's a good thing. Very, very powerful forces. 3, count of 3 major arcana cards.
huge.
Yeah, that's huge. It's very, very unusual to have 3 major arcana. So we're going to have a rockin' week, but rockin' in a positive way. Well, Marissa, go ahead. Tell us about stuff that you do and what's going on with you.
Okay, well, the first thing that I want to talk about is that we're in Mercury in retrograde right now. And what's very interesting to me is that actually showed up in some of the cards that Bob drew. If I can just, can I
Go
back
ahead,
through?
please do.
Okay, so the meaning of Mercury in retrograde, as some of you may know who have talked to me on a personal level or have dealt with anyone in the loft on a personal level, know Mercury in retrograde is the time when the planet of communication and logic and reason and anything dealing with electronics, travel, is moving backwards, which means right now, from I believe it was September 2nd to September 28th, those issues are going to be a lot harder and a lot more difficult to navigate. And where the Mercury in retrograde is shows us the area of the issues. So right now we're in Mercury in retrograde in Libra. which means that anything dealing with double acts, romances, friendships, anything of a unit of two, whether it's business partners or friends or lovers, the energy is going to be a little more harsh. So you're going to want to be very careful about speaking your truth and how you're communicating and how you're speaking, and just being very aware also of legal issues. Things from the past you may find coming back up. Anything that's ruled by Libra. Libra rules the law as well. And anytime you also have Mercury in retrograde, it's a time to reflect rather than act. So if you're a little antsy about something in a relationship or a friendship and you're feeling a lot of wacky, crazy energy, now is the time to sort of don't take it out on the person. You're going to want to just sit back, relax, figure out what's really going on, and figure out that probably at least 50 to 60% of what you're feeling is valid, but it's probably also being navigated a lot by retro right now. And the thing I wanted to bring up is the Hierophant also deals with spiritual community. That's another alternative meaning for the Hierophant. And that strikes me as very interesting right now, not only because we're in the loft, but the other things about the Hermit. Also, that's very retrograde in itself. It's keeping to oneself. It's not spreading energies around as much, which I think fits very much into where we are in retro. So for retro, you're just going to want to sit back, relax, take note of back up your computers.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Back up your laptops.
Definitely.
Don't buy anything new. Don't sign on the dotted line. And just be aware of the energies because they will dissipate around September 28th.
Yeah. The thing with retro is R-E, so returning.
Returning.
Going back to stuff from the past is cool.
Yes.
Like you said, backing up your computer, because communications can fail. And the main thing is not forging off into new things, but just kind of reviewing what you've already done, what you've already worked with,
where you want to be.
where you want to be. That kind of stuff is cool. Computers are cool as long as you're not trying to do something new with them.
Right.
I learned that the hard way.
Did something blow up?
Yeah, I blew up my computer.
Yeah, that's pretty standard in a retro.
Yeah,
So,
I'm an aggressive tinker. And
yeah.
It bit me good.
Yeah, now is not the time for that. That will happen. So that's where we are with retro. And then just be aware of that. Don't buy anything new and just sit back, relax, and wait for it to slowly calm down because it will.
Excellent, Marisa. Thanks for the advice. And what's your email address, hon?
My email address is mariswriter@gmail.com. That's mariswriter@gmail.com. You can contact me for editing services and reading services. I'm a channeler, and I also read tarot cards and astrology as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. A real pleasure, and I appreciate your perceptions and your sharing them. Well, we thank you for watching our video, and until we meet again, many, many blessings.
Have a good day.